Self-care is not about how many moisturizing masks to buy or which workout uniform to choose. It's more about building a safe bubble where there's only you and yourself and you do something together. In today's video, I'll share with you some of my non-negotiable self-care habits that are my anchors and energy batteries. Those may seem like normal things to do, but normal things can often be neglected because for our mind it's much easier to avoid doing a chore, while when it's perceived as a self-care habit, it automatically becomes something different, more exciting, meaningful, and impactful in the best way possible. And we'll start with something that I bet all introverts do. I'm a natural loner. I've always been like this. When I lived alone back in Siberia and worked from home, there were days when I wouldn't say a single word and I never felt like I was left out or lonely. And now that I live together with my partner and I never stop being thankful for our reunion, still I dedicate 2 hours, at least 2 hours every day for being alone. I need this time to wake up to the world, to wake up to myself and to absorb all the thoughts and inspirations that come to me. In psychology, there's such a term as differentiation of self, and generally it is defined as the ability to distinguish between thoughts and feelings in an emotional relationship system. And I find that the best way to nurture this differentiation of self is to have enough alone time. This helps prevent interdependence and build a union of independent yet connected partners. And I'm lucky that Brian, my partner, also values his alone time, and that's why he is very respectful to my needs. Our body is a constantly changing universe that requires different approaches depending on age, season, emotional state, and many other various factors. I regret so much that I didn't take good care of my physical self until I turned 30. Now that I'm 41, I make sure to include various self-care rituals daily in order to respect the ongoing changes in my body. I focus on mobility, flexibility, and stretch through yoga and Pilates, and also on building strength through working with my body weight and a kettlebell. And to tell you the truth, this habit is not always enjoyable. I don't like intense physical effort, but I do understand that without it, the quality of my life will decline. So I'm trying to combine different approaches to meet my changing body needs, and one of the tools that will help me be even more consistent with workouts is Trainwell, a unique fitness app and the sponsor of this part of the video. As I am an ectomorph, I struggle with building muscles, but I'm still trying, because muscles are so important not only for the good look purposes, but also for supporting healthy metabolism, increasing bone strength, and also for preventing many potential health problems such as back and knee pain in my case, while your situation can be quite different. Based on your needs and preferences, Trainwell matches you up with your perfect expert trainer, a real person with who you can build a human connection and trust, which is so important for staying consistent. The app can be used for working out in the gym or at home, and with a tailored exercising plan created by your trainer, there will be no need to overthink and overspend your time. For many people, it's challenging to start a consistent workout routine, and to make it more doable, you can use my link in in the description to get a 14-day free trial with Trainwell and a personal expert trainer to see whether it's something you've been looking for. Thank you, Trainwell, for sponsoring this part of the video. Did you know that the muscle that we use to chew, I think it's this muscle, is the strongest in our body? It can pull up to 80 times its weight. And imagine how tensed it is all the time, especially when you have a habit of clenching your jaw when you are hyper-focused on something. I'm definitely a jaw clencher and a frowner too. My mimics has always been very busy, and with years I found out that the connection between muscle tension and emotional state works both ways. Emotional release helps relax physical tension, and just like that, the relaxed physical tension can bring emotional calm. Whenever I feel anger, I often massage my frown area to make it soft and supple again, and then the anger is gone. Daily face and neck massage has been my non-negotiable for about 10 years by now, and I can see amazing benefits from it, not only from the calmness perspective, but from the appearance one as well. No serum or lotion can do what your own hands can do. There are so many tutorials out there how to perform, how to do a simple face massage, and I'm not an expert. That's why I cannot give you any exact recommendations here, but everything is available. I built my own face and neck massage routine after watching very many videos on YouTube, and also after completing 2 paid courses from healthcare professionals, and it's so worth it. I have a strong belief that if one morning you wake up to a heavy melancholy, sadness, or not seeing purpose in anything, the best way to deal with this feeling is to clean your space, or at least some of your space, be it living room, kitchen, bathroom, or even just a couple of cabinets. There's so much magic in this habit. Home has always been a safe harbor for me, and I enjoy keeping it loved and well taken care of. Home care is actually self-care for me. Every week I do wet cleaning. We never wear shoes in the apartment, of course, and I always change my clothes when I come from the outside. Even when Brian and I had to live in short-term rentals for several months, I still tried to make and to keep those spaces clean, tidy, loved, and welcoming. And it's just like with calmness and muscle relaxation. When you try to keep the order outside, it helps tame occasional chaos inside. I enjoy having and using quality personal care products because it has such a fantastic grounding effect on me, and most importantly, quality doesn't have to be expensive. For example, right now I use micellar water for cleansing my face. That was only like around $3, a huge bottle, and my face lotion is very affordable too, considering the size, which lasts for about a year for me. I'm trying to keep things minimal, but also make sure that I have enough. I'm not the type of person who uses a single bar of soap for everything. I enjoy lovely textures and natural fragrances, and for example, I always have at least 2 types of toothpaste and 2 toothbrushes, but it's because of my problematic teeth. I need to do that. Cooking is also self-care and a very empowering type of habit. I can choose the ingredients, the recipe, and even the mood for cooking, which I think is so important. Healthy eating can be challenging unless you cook your own food, and in many situations I noticed that if I have a rough patch, physically or emotionally, and if I make a conscious effort to cook and to eat what I've cooked, I begin to feel better faster. Maybe it's a personal mental trick, I don't know, but together with home care, cooking has been my reliable self-care anchor amidst whatever happened in my life. Sometimes self-care is not just letting yourself do whatever you feel like doing, but also acknowledging what requires a little bit of extra time, dedication, and focus from you. Just like with physical exercising, it doesn't always have to be enjoyable and just having a good time. I'm a natural procrastinator, which is not obvious to people who don't know me well, because I almost always get important things done fast, but it's never easy and breezy for me. I got a habit of not delaying important tasks because I cannot rely on circumstances, and I cannot expect that in the future I will have enough time and energy to do what I have to do. I have unstable health situations, and I had to learn how to align my schedule and my plans with possible health declines, because when I don't feel well, I cannot force myself. And this is self-care, while procrastinating and leaving everything to chance has nothing to do with self-care at all. I love reading classics and non-fiction books on history, philosophy, and religion, but also I'm a huge fan of murder mysteries, sci-fi, and fantasy. Reading for pure pleasure and entertainment without following some general trends or reading fashion or chasing some unrealistic self-education goals. This type of reading has been my great self-care habit for years by now. It's also a kind of alone time, but in the form of a fascinating dialogue with the author. I began to appreciate books even more once I had my own humble writing attempts. It's a huge labor of love and talent. I remember the times when internet was beginning to get more accessible. There were so many worries that now people will fall out of love with reading, but it never happened, and I'm sure that it never will. Knitting is my favorite type of relaxing hobby that is meditative, relatively creative, and never stressful. Even when I have to unravel and to remake a whole thing from scratch, I'm never upset, because I knit not for the sake of the result, which is of course important, but not that important. First of all, I value the process and the chance to have this very special type of movement meditation. Having this hobby has taught me a lot of patience and acceptance for sure, and this is another aspect of a self-care habit. It should nurture something good within you, something that helps you live a better life, gain confidence, motivation, and also love yourself more, because we all need this type of love. Feel free to share in the comments your thoughts and experiences, maybe some of your own self-care habits that you cannot live without. Thank you so much for your time and attention, dear friends, and as always, huge thanks to everyone who supports my work on Patreon and other tipping platforms, because it's only thanks to you that this channel exists. And for now, be safe and keep your heart open, and I will see you soon. Пока-пока!